Coming up in today's video is jumper weather. So we're doing jumpery stuff. An amazing cat eyes. And we've got some crispy leaves. Leafy crispiness. The tiniest pumpkin in the world on Hello Kitty's coffee cup. And some bling and some other stuff. Oh, wait until you hear about the bling. Hello gang. Hello friends. Hello gang friends. Welcome back. Time for the intro. Thanks for being here with me, lovely gang friends. Love you all dearly. That sounded really sarcastic. Wasn't meant to. Really do. This is the Amber Shift collection, which we swatched from Madame Glam, their latest collection. It's amazing. And we're going to use this side of it today. Actually, do we use some of the others? I'm not sure. I don't think so. But we're going to use that side. You can get 30% off at Madame Glam using the link in the description and the discount code MISSJO30. Head over there, get yourself some delicious autumnally colours like this one. Mocha Moment. I just cannot. This colour is divine. How nice is that going to look on your nails at this time of year? So good. And oh, what did I just show you? Something else. Okay, calm down, calm down. Just shh. Let's all just calm down and take a breath. This is Autumn Aura, is it? Yes. It's not from that collection. It's one I already had. It's also Madame Glam. It's a really good nudie background. So it looks kind of odd like this, but this is what we've done so far. And now with the Mocha Moment, we're going to do a French on this one. And I thought, let's do the T method, because normally I just put my brush in the middle and do a curve and then turn it upside down, do a curve and just hope for the best, really. But I thought, let's try it, you know, be more structural about it. And I ended up just doing the curves how I normally do. Like I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing. So we'll do a French. You do it however you do your Frenches. Whatever makes you happy. That's what it's all about. Having fun and enjoying what you're doing. So we'll fill in this bottom half with the Mocha Moment. Look at it. Isn't it delicious? Some colours are delicious. You know, you wouldn't call a baby pink delicious. It would be super cute or pretty, but this colour is definitely, if it was a food, it would taste good. Probably because it looks like chocolate. That's why I like it. But it's more a mahogany, you know. It is brown. But in real life, it looks a bit more reddy or like burgundy. You know, you can see, you're looking at it. I'll let you decide what it's got hints of and undertones of and rah, rah, rah. And now we are velvetizing. So we're using the velvet matte top coat. And we will cure. I've done 2 coats of the Mocha, I think. Mocha Moment. And now I matted the other one as well, velveted. And now we're going to use some of this. This is the Macart Pro all-in-one acrylic dip powder system. I know what you're thinking. It is still very clean, considering the old unbranded, found it on eBay somewhere about a million years ago, pot of acrylic powder I used to have. That was just awful and messy, full of bits of glitter and things. I've managed to keep this quite clean. I hope you're as impressed with me as I am. We're going to do a jumper or a sweater, whatever you like to call it. I don't like to call it a sweater because it makes it sound like you're sweaty. Oh, she's wearing a sweater. What, are you wearing, a sweaty person? Anyway, so we'll do it. We're doing these little ziggy zags all the way down the bottom, just down, across a bit and down, but try and make the bits like what I'm doing here, trying to soften them so they're not, you don't have any sharp angles, just so they're a bit curvy. And you can carry on with the pattern if you like, but I like to do this bit and cure just to be safe in case I've what's a word other than fuck? Mess up. Defeated the point. In case I mess up the next bit and want to wipe without messing up this bit. So I'm going to cover it in powder. I do a lot of this, as in, not I don't do this type of nail. Often, I mean, I put a lot of powder on it, as you can see. Can we speed things up? Thanks. Because you want to make sure that none of it looks shiny, that it's really soaked up all the powder. So I just overdo it because it's better to be safe than sorry. And then I'm using my Madame Glam brush to dust off. I think there were some bits that maybe were a bit tacky, but not to worry because we haven't got anything on top of the powder, so we can just wipe those off in a sec. Just like this, just like this. There we go, all gone, nothing to worry about. And if they were tacky, and that's why I stick to it, now we've wiped them, so the tacky will be gone as well. And then we're going to draw some straight-ish. Straight-ish is fine. On a nail this length, straight-ish is just fine. So we'll do that, and then we're going to do... Am I going to pour stuff over that first? Depends how brave I was feeling, doesn't it? I bet I do. What do you think? What do you think? Place your bets. Get on with it, woman. Oh, come the fuck on, Bridget. I could tell my line was wonky because the light line was wibbly wobbly at the top there. So it was bugging me. Like, make it straight. Need to move it over that way a bit or that way a bit. Oh, okay, we've done it on the other side. And now we're covering that and we'll cure, a full cure. And then dust off and carry on. How are you all? You all okay? I've got so much to tell you. And like the funny thing is I do tell you. In my day-to-day life when I'm doing things, I picture myself telling you and I'm like, oh yeah, I must tell the gang that. And then I completely forget. It probably wasn't that exciting. Right, we've done that. We've cured them. And now we're just going to do little dashes. You can do whatever pattern takes your fancy. But this one is super easy. So that's what we're going for. And once it's all done, because it's so uniform and repetitive, it just looks neat. You know, like my little zigzaggy bits. They weren't all perfect and neat, but now they're all together. They look they do look neat and smart. Do they? Maybe, does it look neat? Does it look awful? You might think it looks awful. That's fine. So we'll cover that, go a bit OTT on the covering, but just to be sure. And then we can dust off. And on this one, I was going to do the same, but I had a bigger gap on the side because it was smaller in the middle. Which I suppose doesn't really make sense because the nails... Oh no, this was a different size nail. So we had more room, so I did another dash. Should have maybe done them the other way round. So it would be like an upside down V they made. But did not. So we'll dust these off. And then what I like to do, see the difference in these two? Colour-wise, because I'm going to take one of these, it's got some isopropyl alcohol on it, and just dab, and it takes off a bit of the white edge, I mean as in, not edge as in an edge. It does come back as it dries, but not as much as it did before, so I like to do that just to take off a bit of the white cast, is what I mean. And we're going to do something with that bit later. So now, oh, this colour's another delicious one. We're taking Caramel Wasn't Looking. That's what it's called. Caramel Wasn't Looking. And the striping brush, which has a nice square or flat tip. I'm just loading my brush. So getting the product all the way through all the bristles. And then we're going to do another straight-ish line. I'm pretty sure... oh yeah, messed up there, but thought worry about that in a bit, we can wipe it off. It got thicker than I had intended just whilst I was trying to neaten it up. So maybe always start a bit thinner than you want and then see the pressure, just keep the pressure the same the whole way down. See my pinky staying there and just my other fingers are moving. My whole hand isn't moving with it. Just the thumb and index. And was the middle one holding the brush? Don't know. Tried to pick up a pen with my right hand the other day. How weird is it that it feels so alien to hold a pen in your other hand? I didn't even know how to hold it. It just, weird. Anyway, we're getting this line as neat as we can and we're taking our sweet time about it. Possibly because I just don't like editing. Shall I just have all my videos be really long and no edits? Every time I wipe something off, you're there. No, they'd go on for ages. Okay, we're curing that, and then we're going to take golden bloody leaves. Bloody in the English people say bloody way, not bloody in the nosebleed way. And we're going to do another line. And it's quite sheer. Well, it's not sheer. It's like a semi-sheer, almost like a syrupy type sheer on the first coat. But then the second coat, bam, super opaque. So it's quite good because you can use it you can leave it as one coat for certain things. It might suit. But I think I did 2 coats. Holy guacamole. Look at that. This is the second coat I've done. And I thought we should see the Cateye because come on now. Come on now. Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? Look at it. Look at... Ah, it's so good. Right. That can go for a cure as well. Full cure. And then we'll just ogle at that a bit. Get closer. I think I get even closer, do I? No? I vaguely remember holding it right up to the camera. Probably cut that bit out. And then we're going to do some more stripes. So again, with this striping brush, the thing I like about this brush is with, when I say normal pressure, I don't mean in purposefully light or purposefully hard pressure. You know, like I don't mean making a conscious effort to do a light pressure or a conscious effort to put more pressure down. Just a normal, you know, brushes on the nail kind of pressure. And at that pressure, because the brush is so straight, you do get nice, neat lines. And the thickness, I like the thickness, although again, I am making them a bit thicker. I like the thickness of the normal pressure, but it's thicker to try and neaten it up. And then we're going to matte. Don't matte yet though. Just don't do it. Wait until we've done our black lines. I was not thinking. So that's what I would do now. Not matte. That's what I wouldn't do now. I'm going to shiny top the cat eyes. I do love a mix of matte and shiny. Do you? I remember one of you before when I did a mix of both. Someone said, "Oh, I've never thought to do that sort of thing," and I don't think I ever did until I got into like what's the word? Isolated bits of stuff. You know, isolated glitter bits or cat eye bits or chrome bits, and they look nice on a matte background. They really pop. So we'll finish that. Off we go. And then I'm going to take black gel paint, the best black gel paint ever, and we're going to do some lines. See, I should have done this before matte topping for 2 reasons. I don't want to re-matte because I feel like it might dull everything, having 2 velvet top coats. And I wouldn't have the hump, as much of a hump going over these shiny bits where they are a bit raised. Not a lot raised, but obviously it's another layer. So now I'm going to wipe off the bits on the horizontal lines, just because I thought they looked a bit wibbly wobbly over the humps. And then ideally I would have done this before velvet topping, and then velvet topped, and then topped my cat eye bits. But that's kind of a pattern in this video. I forget to do things and have to do it at the end. In the case of these lines, I thought it's fine. Because the gel paint dries tack free. So I thought, well, we'll just leave them a little bit shiny. That's fine. But I would have preferred to do it before. So we're going to do some horizontal lines. Whenever I do horizontal lines, when I do this, the middle bit, fine. Go to the sides and they always tilt up or down a bit. That one's awful. Please tell me I took that off and I might have redone it. So that's that. I quite like the lines looking a bit shiny, like a shiny thread. But I would have preferred to have done them before the mat. Tartan, done. Next, what have we got now? We've got some leaves, which I am terrible at doing. Get the pattern right. So we've got a lowercase t. It's not got we've got a cross, a crucifix, and then we've come out at 2 angles, and we're just going to do little V's in between each of all of those bits, sections. And then it all just kind of goes a bit wrong for me. I don't know why. It happens every time I do leaves. I just can't get the shape quite right, and then I overdo the veins and outlines and things. But they still look, they look like leaves. So I was happy, that was fine. And so I'm going to fill this in. Oh yeah, at the back there, at the top, just beyond, anyway, I've added 2 little extra bits. The little kind of small leaves at the bottom of the stem, top of the stem, bottom of the leaf. So we'll fill this in and then we'll zhuzh it. Woo! It's going to be so pretty. Okay, zhuzh, zhuzh. Bring out the zhuzh. Z-H-U-Z-H, in case you're wondering. And then we go, oh yes, I'm going to take Mocha Moment again and just put some on the tips of the leaves. Did I mix it with some base coat to make it a bit more jelly? I think maybe I did, but it wasn't powerful enough. So now I'm just using it unwatered down. And then we're going to blend that in just to give it kind of a burnt edge, bit of a darker edge. So we're going to use a striping brush again, just because it was to hand, and it will work quicker than the thinner brush because it's more bristles. So we're just going to fade that in. Don't worry too much about the fade because the Cateye is going to mask it quite well. So we're not, don't worry about trying to do a billion little tiny perfect ombres. It's not what we're here for. And then once we've done that, I'm going to add 2 more in exactly the same fashion. Oh, what was that? Nothing. I think I went, oh no, I tell you what I did. I know what I did. I did it how we did it, and then I added base coat to the Mocha Moment and went over it again around the edges just to deepen it a bit, but not double as deep, like half as deep, colour wise. And then we're going to add our veins and outline, and I think I do. Here's where I think my problem is, so maybe you don't do this. I do too many of these little bits. I could probably do just a couple of ziggy-zaggy bits in between on these side bits here, but I try and get like a whole bunch of them on, like 1, 2, 3, probably another one coming, 4. Yeah, I think it's too much. It's too fussy, but you do want them kind of flicky, like a holly leaf, but not so, just realised how boring my voice has been for the last 10 minutes. Think of a holly leaf, but instead of them coming straight out, the curves, you want them to kind of point towards the tip of the leaf bits. Yeah? Like an L, like a lowercase L. And then from the end of the L, start doing another lowercase L. So you get this kind of scalloped. There we go. Scalloped. And then I'm going to add some veins. I'm going to do, I'll tell you when we get there. Going to add far too many veins, and black was probably a bit harsh, but I wanted to tie it in with the black in the other bits of the set. So yeah, the Cateye saves the day. So we did that on all of them, and then we're going to velvet again, and then we will shiny over our crispy leaves. I mean, the veins, yeah, not very good, but the Cateye of them and the dark bits on the tips, they do look kind of crispy, don't they? I can hear them. I can hear these leaves. A nice crunch. So we're going to top coat over all of them. There used to be this park near me. It's still there. It's just I don't live where I did at the time. And I used to, on my lunch break, walk the dog, Louis, who was my dog at the time. And there was this path that went all the way around the park, and one part of the path was lined with trees. And in the autumn, just walking, crunching all the leaves. It was so fun, kicking them up, and yeah. And I used to pretend that I was walking down the aisle at an outdoor wedding. Anyway, that's the crispy leaves and what goes on in my mind when I'm walking down tree-lined pathways. Okay, Hello Kitty. There's going to be a real-time, much slower version of this tomorrow on my channel, or today or tomorrow. So if you want to copy it, watch that as well. Or if you just want to hang out with me for another half an hour, you crazy. So this is a more sped up version. So we've done the rectangle, curved it, a curve under the neck, straight line. Then we're coming out at the sides for a skirt, little pleats. And then we're going to scallop the bottom. As I say, I will go in much more detail on the other video. A curve there, and then a little M on its side, and a circle, and then an oval, and a little rectangle under it, and then that's a cup, and then another curve and an oval for her paw. And then we're going to do some little lines for her legs, and then add some boots and some ears, which I do a terrible job of. So yeah, there'll be another video which I'll break this down much slower. I'll probably find 10 different ways to describe drawing a straight line. The descriptions get a bit out of hand, but I quite enjoy it. So we're going to add little boots, and that's her. Right, now we're going to fill everything in. I'm using white gel paint here just because it's so opaque. And it will save having to do it twice, I think. Did I do it twice? Don't think so. Yeah, I'll do a video, and it's edited already, and it's like 30 something minutes. So it will be a much more detailed account and step by step of doing this. But having a 30-minute for one nail in a 5-nail video, I just thought was a bit silly. People might get bored of being on the same nail for half an hour. So if you do want to chill out with me for another half an hour, or watch this in detail and follow along, or, you know, just get some better tips behind what's going on, then keep an eye out for that video. Shall I do it today or tomorrow? I'm undecided. So have a look after this video. If not, it will be tomorrow, Wednesday. So we're going to fill her in. This bit here, I actually ended up bringing under the paw, which you'll see in a little bit. And her little boots, which I shortened because she was looking a bit too tall. And then we're going to cure each colour after we do it, just so we can obviously butt colours up next to each other. And then this, I'm using Mocha Moment again for her skirt. I kind of mess up with the pleats. I'll tell you in a min. But this skirt totally reminds me of my school skirt. Although mine was green and brown with, I think, a bit of yellow in it. I know, sounds hideous. But I kind of loved my school uniform. But it was tartan. And it was a kilt, you know, like a wrap one side round, button it, and then the other side, and there was a massive safety pin to hold it together. We're taking Timeless Beige, which isn't from this collection, but it's a really good beige. It's timeless. And the pumpkin has been made Cateye, but I change it, so I left it out. It is in the full version though. And then we're using Timeless Beige again, or is this Autumnal? This is Autumnal, is it? No, I think it's Timeless Beige. Do a couple of stripes. I'm going to take this Semi Jelly from Born Pretty. Semi Jelly 01, was it? And do some vertical stripes on the skirt. But I've done them where I would have been outlining the pleats. and I only clocked that once I'd cured it, so that was a bit of a pain in the bum. But inside those, we're using Mocha Moment again. You can just about see the white, the clear, the, what is it? Semi-jelly. But we do, I was really disappointed, like, oh, the skirt looks rubbish, but we add something later and it's like, boom, suddenly it looks tartan. So we did Mocha Moment for a bit on the cup, and then we're adding a teeny tiny pumpkin with orange gel paint. And then we're going to do this pumpkin orange gel paint as well. I just thought it would stand out a bit more. And the gel paints are so opaque, just going over that once was fine. And then we're going to do her bow. So here's where we're going to bring in the Cateye, because you want to tie everything in together. You know, you want a bit of, you don't want anything that's, I was going to say just on one nail, but that orange gel paint is just on this nail. But I think it works. So we're going to do her bow as Cateye. I was hoping the bow would cover most of that ear, because that ear is too tall. I need it lower and wider, but it didn't. It actually did cause me some problems. I think I needed to tilt it a bit more towards 9 o'clock, you know, because it gets in the way of her whiskers in a bit. But I'm individually Cateying and then flash curing those bows, so each section has its own shift and curing after each one. And then we're going to, oh my word, so much talking. We're going to add this little stalk. So I came down to a point and then added a little point either side and a tiny little green comma on the tiny pumpkin. And then we're moving on to outlining. But what did I forget to do? Oh no, it's in a minute. But before you outline, this is a little tip: tidy up. Okay, thin, tiny outlines are a little bit stressful at times. Tidy desk, tidy mind, neat lines. Tidy mind, yeah, neat lines. So we're going to have a little tidy, a little bit of tidying up. What's the word? Satisfaction. And then we will move on to outlining. I do recommend this though. Do tidy up before doing your outlines and things. Because if you're surrounded by stuff, you know, when you're surrounded by stuff and all nail stuff is so, you know, precociously balanced, and not precociously, even quite precariously, that's the word, balanced. If you move or jog, you've knocked over a pot of glitter or a bottle of something, or something's fallen on the floor. So having a tidy up helps you sort of be in a better, clearer mind for outlining. And again, this will all be a lot slower on the full length. But some people don't like, you know, don't want to watch a half-an-hour video on how to do this bit. They just want a quick kind of, yep, okay. And they'll go, yeah, I can do that, I can do that, I can do that, cool. So this way everyone's happy. And now we're caught up. We're outlining. Oh, the editing. I'm really sorry. I know it's a bit of an assault on the eyes, but I was kind of all over the place. So this is me trying to make it as center as possible each time. Not going very well. This bit here, curving out the bottom of those lines on the pumpkin, and then the stalk has given us the ability to do this. The ability, it means we can go do little lines behind it so that those lines are behind the stalk. And here we're going to rescue the skirt. We're going to use white gel paint, and in the gaps we have, do some white lines, and then suddenly, I don't know, I feel like it made it much better. It made it pop a bit more. It also made it definitely look more tartan. That's better. Okay. The eyes, one is under the bow to the left, under the center, under the left of the center of the bow. And then this one comes down from just before the ear meets the head on the right of the left ear. And here's a little trick. Outlining a tiny yellow nose can be quite stressful. So if you do it in black first, then cure. Doesn't she look really weird with a different color nose? And then we'll take yellow gel paint because it's so opaque. We can go over black and just don't go all the way to the edges. Boom, outlined nose. I think I might have gone back and outlined it anyway, just because it's one of those things that I like doing, because it's difficult but easy. You know, it's an easy difficult, and I enjoy that. And then we're going to velvet, but I haven't outlined my stalk. So I went back after this, after it cured, and outlined the stalk. I didn't want to remap the whole thing, and I didn't want the outline of the stalk to be shiny. So I then velveted just over that outline, just to save doing a whole whole other coat. Okay, cured the bow. Definitely cure everything. Make sure everything is cured before you do this, because we're going to add tiny little dashes. One goes onto the black line at the bottom of that roll neck, which is annoying. And then we're going to put some powder over them. I wanted to do the whole jumper like this, but completely forgot I was going to do it until this point, and then realised that there wasn't really much room to get any full section of pattern in, so it might just look like a bit of a mess. So we just did that bit. And now we are taking art gel, the Madame Glam art gel. This is really good. Gem gel, embossing raised bits, raised bits like this. So I'm going to do that and then cure it. And then after every single one of these bits, I'm going to cure. I'm going to use my brush just to go back and forward, not pressing into the nail, just touching the gel to keep it raised and try and sort of elongate it. This bit here is basically almost a dot, but see, like that, just to try and get it the shape I want. I'm definitely curing each one in between. Flash cure will be fine. Forgot to do these bits, so adding those. Oh, and on the bottom of her shoes, I used the lighter colour just to do a little curve to sort of make it look like either where the shoe folds or the laces or something. And that's her. Look at her, all cosy. She looks like she's should be in Stars Hollow, doesn't she? She looks very cosy. I quite like the outfit. So now the last one we've got to add some bling to. So I'm going to use my nail cards, the Selena Ryden Crystal Application Pack. There she is. And I've picked a card out. And I don't do exactly the pattern because it was too big, but I just chopped off the top half of the pattern. So I'm going to do that one, and you can see it shows you different ways where you can put different colours and things. I did try and do the middle one, well, that one actually, but it was too big, so I think I just chopped the top off, did I? Can't remember. Oh, and I keep my little note from her because it makes me feel special. We're going to use the Crystal Parade Zodiac Champagne Fizz and some gold ones from, I believe, Shein or Temu. The following clip, please just note, I was very stressy because I had not had a lot of sleep. I'd been awake for about 10 minutes and I'm normally much more fun. We've got red, blue, pink, green, rainbow.
Rainbow?
Yeah, like this.
Can I have a rainbow one too?
We've just done yours.
But can I have another one?
Maybe.
Wait, I finished. Yay! Golden!
Gold?
Please. Golden for me. Can I have some more gold?
Right, and do you want it to fit in the... You're going in a minute, so this is like the last thing we can do. Oh yeah, but we're going in a second, so...
Okay. In a second?
So, where do you want it? In the middle here?
We should be going! Sorry.
Do you want it in the middle here with that?
Yes, please. They need to see the camera. They are.
I don't think this is really a tutorial video. This is a let's see how much MISSJO can endure immediately upon waking up in the morning. Okay, it's the afternoon bit. Right. What did I say about attention?
It's gone 3 o'clock.
Look, you just touch and picked up. Don't touch anything. Touch anything. if it was me.
Okay, that was definitely.
Right, hang on. Right, no. I promise I'm not usually that stressy. I would like you to leave a comment before I tell you at the end how long you think it took for me to sort that tray out. Because in my head, I thought, okay, that's going to be X amount of time out of my day to fix this. And boy, was I wrong. Was I wrong because it was much quicker or because it was much longer? But I would like to know how long you think it would be to sort all those out back into their right trays. Bigger ones, fine. The smaller ones that are like less than a millimetre smaller than the other ones, and trying to look at each one, compare it to one next to it, see if it's the right size. Let me know how long you think that would take, because I would like to know how long you think it would take before you actually know how long it would take. So please let me know in the comments your guess, and I'll tell you at the end of the video, and then let me know if you're as surprised as I am. So adding these, following that, I didn't have these sort of right the same shape as the big crystal. Right, what? I didn't have the same shape as the big crystal, but we went with that and just cut the top off of the design, and that's that. Nail cards save the day for MISSJO, who can't think of crystal patterns. And what? Oh yeah, I was just forget the ghost face. Didn't do a very good job, but this colour, I'm still obsessing over it. This was the last video, so go check that out if you haven't seen it. That Cateye, bananas. And this is my palette. I just thought it looked very, it was, you know, if autumn was a smush on a bit of tissue, that's what it would look like. And here is the final set. Let me know what you think. I hope you like it. Let me know which one is your favourite. Oh, forgot to say, it took me 5 hours, 12 minutes and 34 seconds. I timed it to get all those crystals back. So are you shocked? I bloody was. Come say hello in the comments. I love to hear from you. I appreciate you being here so much. Don't forget to check for the full Hello Kitto video soon. Hype, like, comment and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.